Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Jonathan Naraha, and today I'm going to be presenting my semester project which I did on binary trees. So for those who don't know, a binary tree is a nonlinear linked structure in which each node may point to two other nodes, and every node but the root node has a single predecessor. Binary trees basically expedite the process of searching large sets of data. Before going into detail about the code that I've written right here, let me show you how the program actually runs. So here, let me compile and execute my code. Alright, so the program actually begins by producing 10 random integers, inserts them into a binary tree, and lists them to the console in order from left to right. So here it says, here is the tree of random numbers listed in order. As you can see, there's 10 random integers from left to right. Under that, the program asks the user to pick a number to remove from the tree. So I'm going to do this as an example. For one, I'm going to put x, which is not an integer or a number. If you listen closely, you actually hear a little sound alert, and the console tells you that the value that you've entered was invalid. So from here, I'm going to enter 20. Basically, the program searches to see if 20 is within the binary tree that was created, and obviously it says 20 was not found in the tree, and it asks the user to select another number. From here, I'm going to enter 42. 42 is in the binary tree, and if you look closely at the beginning, it says that 42 is between 35 and 59. Okay, so I'm going to press enter. If you look, there's only 9 integers displayed. No longer 42 exists. Alright, so let's talk about the code. In the description box below, I'll probably have a link to where you can download my code right here displayed as a reference. So I'm going to give you a little overview. So up top right here, I have my my preprocessor directives. Under that, I have my tree class, which consists of a public and a private section. These prototypes basically call these prototypes, or these ones are like level 1 functions, which call into these level 2 functions in the main routine. Okay. Under that, I have my function definitions. I have the constructor, the destructor, insert functions, level 1, level 2, so on and so forth. And of course, at the very bottom, I have my main routine. So let's look closely at this main routine. Up top, I declared 2 things. I have a tree object, which I called t, and I have an integer I called x. After that, displays the statement to the console saying that here's the tree of random numbers listed in order. And then from here is a for loop, which actually runs 10 times. Each time the for loop runs, it generates a random number and inserts it into the binary tree. After this is done, after the binary tree is basically created, it prints out the binary tree. It lists the numbers in order from left to right. And then at the very end of the main routine is this big while loop. Alright, at the beginning of this while loop is another while loop. This loop is actually a validation loop, is what I like to call it. It first asks the user to pick a number to remove from the tree, and then whatever value entered is assigned to x. This if statement right here checks to see if the value entered is a non-integer value. So for example, if I entered x, this statement will catch it. It will output to the console that is invalid, and it will also give off a sound alert. And then after that, this continue basically right here basically sends you back up to the beginning of this while loop right here. Okay, so then you enter another value, and then this statement right here actually checks to see if the value entered is 0 or negative. And if you have entered a number that is 0 or negative, it'll say it's invalid and give off the sound alert, and then it'll go back up to the while loop again. And then this last one, basically, if you entered something that is valid, it will break from this first while loop and then continue with the original while loop. From there, it will take the value you've entered and search the binary tree to see if the value is in the binary tree. If it is, it will take the value and remove it from the tree and display it to the console and break out from the while loop. But if the value entered is not in the binary tree, this will be displayed. It will say that the value of entered, x, was not found in the tree. And basically you have to restart again from the very beginning. And you have to select another number basically until you select a number that is within the tree. That's the end of the code, end of the program. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.